Hey, what's up, you guys? It is Tyler. Welcome to the Tyler Williams channel, and welcome to a predictions video. The Walking Dead is literally in 1 hour as I speak to you right now, which is insane. Thinking about it, it's been off since like what? February, March, April, April of last year. I mean, this year. It's just been pretty crazy trying to tie together the fact that someone's going to die in this episode. We all know someone's going to die, but who is going to die is the question. And then you have all of this going. It's like it's exciting, and then it's scary when you think about it. And I know a lot of you are questioning my hair. How is it so luscious? Like my hair, I well dried it, so this is what it looks like right now. It looks kind of cool if you ask me. I'm just going to keep my hood on so that way it's not too much of a distraction. So anyways, I'm here to do my predictions of who I think is going to die in this episode. This episode is probably not going to be that long. Probably going to be like 5, 6, 7 minutes. So I have 3 predictions on who I think is going to die. And let me tell you why. Okay. So my first prediction is that Negan will kill Michonne. Now, the reason I think they're going to kill Michonne off is because we've had this whole ordeal with Rick, where everyone he's getting close to kind of dies. If you hadn't noticed, like Lori. Well, I mean, Lori's a different story. That was his wife. She died. Then he got close to that one girl. She died. Then he got close to what's her name? I forgot her name. The character that Alexandria Breckenridge played. She died. Now he's with Michonne. I feel like we could go down that path of all of his lovers dies, like he's destined to be alone for the rest of his life. Like they could play off of that, honestly, if they wanted to. And also, they've been kind of doing you hints at it possibly be Michonne in the first episode. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but in the episode, they were kind of like subtly hinting at Michonne's whereabouts throughout all of episode 16 of season 6. I can't go straight off the top of my head what they were. But if you were watching that episode, you definitely knew what I was talking about. And on top of that, I feel like Michonne, it would be a big shocker if Michonne died. Like, I feel like no one would probably see that coming except for maybe a few people, but I don't think anyone will see that coming if they kill off Michonne, you know? So, Michonne is my first. My second one has to be Glenn and Maggie. No, not just Glenn, not just Maggie. Glenn and Maggie. Now, the reason I think it's going to be Glenn and Maggie is because that if you kill one, you got to kill the other. I'll put it this way. Let's say, by chance, Negan kills Maggie, okay? Let's say Negan kills Maggie. Do you really think Glenn is going to stand there and just, like, cry about it? I think Glenn would, like, after the first strike, Glenn would pounce into action, probably try to take down Negan, and then he just hits Glenn too, continues to beat both of them. I can definitely see them doing a double kill, and he kills Glenn and Maggie. Like, he killed Glenn because he tried to save Maggie, and it's like, well, that's not going to work. And he just killed both of them. That could definitely work. Or you could just have him kill off Glenn, but it's like, then how would Maggie plan to that, her getting killed? I don't know. It's kind of hard how you could play into, like, if Glenn got killed and how Maggie would get killed as well. But I feel like the dynamic there could actually kind of work if Maggie got struck by Lucille and then Glenn jumped into action like, no, don't hit her, and he like pushed him or something, and then he's like, oh, okay, and then just hits Glenn. Like that definitely can happen. I'm picturing it in my head. It would be pretty gruesome, but I feel like it will happen in my head. Okay, so my first one was Michonne. My second one was Glenn and Maggie. I'm going to throw in a quick honorable mention and throw in Abraham. I don't necessarily think it's going to happen, but I do think in the back of my head it possibly can happen, and that's why it's an honorable mention. How I think what happened is, for the past 2 seasons, we've been hinting at the possibility of Eugene breaking apart from Abraham because, you know, why does Abraham have to protect Eugene at this point? Eugene doesn't have the cure. He doesn't know what a cure is. He doesn't know any knowledge of how to stop this whole zombie apocalypse. Eugene's weak. Eugene can't fight for himself. So it's like, what is Abraham protecting him for, right? And even in episode 15 of The Walking Dead, we saw instances of dissension between Eugene and Abraham. Please excuse my dog barking upstairs. She's a lunatic. We saw instances of like a potential breakup between Eugene and Abraham. Not so much Rosita, but Eugene and Abraham. So I feel like that could tie into it. I feel like if they killed off Eugene, that would be like, that'd be kind of very, very upsetting if they killed off Eugene, because it's like, I don't think anyone would really be all distraught. I think they'd be distraught if you killed off like Eugene out of like all the other possibilities. If you killed off Eugene of all people, I think people wouldn't be like, I don't think everyone would be relieved. I think they would just be kind of mad, because it's like, really, you had us wait for you to kill off Eugene of all people. So I think even though Abraham isn't any better, I feel like if they killed off Abraham, it could work, because it's like now Eugene is on his own. And Rosita is completely all alone at this point, because, you know, Abraham left Rosita for Sasha. So Rosita kind of has Abraham still there, but she's somewhat alone. So if you take Abraham out of the equation, Rosita's all alone. That could send her into like a depression, start her own little story arc there. And now Eugene is all alone. There's no one to protect them except for Rosita. And you know what? Rosita, she can just say no. And she's been kind of just saying no for a bit of it. So that could also be a point. It could be Abraham. I said Michonne. I said Glenn and Maggie. And my last one, which I think I'm going to stick to, is going to be Daryl. For one, I want to see this riot happen. Don't get me wrong. I love Daryl. Daryl is my boy. He's my favorite male character on the show. He was my favorite character before Carol came in and took his place. But there comes a point where this whole Daryl fandom has to end. Daryl is going to die at some point. And if there is any better time to kill Daryl off, I think it's going to be right now. Like, if they want to kill... You can't have Daryl just get bit by a walker. If you want to kill Daryl off, this is the best time. This might be the only time to kill Daryl off. Because think about it. Do you really think anyone's going to be satisfied if he's, like, bitten by a walker and he has to, like, get shot? Like, no one's going to be satisfied by that. I mean, no one's going to be satisfied with him, like, dying in general. But still, it's not going to send anyone home relieved. Like, okay, I can understand why he died. It's like, okay, he got bit by a walker. That sucks. But he went out in style. He got brutally beaten by Negan. I mean, it sounds gruesome. But still, I feel like if there were a better time to kill Daryl, it will be now. To me, why not kill Daryl? He's a great asset to the group. It will be a big, big bang in the show if they kill off someone major like Daryl, as opposed to killing off someone like Aaron or Eugene or Rosita. Like, if you killed off Daryl, who's been a center point in the show since season 1, how impactful would that be? Yeah, you might lose a few viewers. You're going to have a few riots go on, which I really want to see happen. But all in all, didn't you want there to be people tuning in to see a death? They backed themselves into the corner there, because it's like you can't send the audience home distraught because you were too much of a too scared to kill off a big character. I mean, I feel like that could happen, but I'm really hoping it doesn't. I'm really hoping that they stick true to killing off someone big. That's just me. All right. That was my predictions on who I think Negan's going to kill. Thank you all for watching this video. Make sure you tune in a few minutes, because I'm going to be doing a live stream of my live reactions to who Negan kills. Not so much a live reaction to the whole episode, just the very beginning of the episode, then a review of the show. So make sure you guys tune in for that. I love you guys, and I will see you all in just a few minutes.